Hey guys, hope y'all are doing great today. Thanks for tuning in to part 3 of this week's Food Forest Tours. The peaches are really starting to get quite big. Not really, but just growing pretty quickly from almost non-existent last week to already about dime size this week. It's always fun to see something growing fast and good. There's a little peach. I think there's a few in here that are getting quite good size already. I also planted around the in these mounds around the fruit trees. I planted some cool weather. It's ironic, I planted the cool weather crops and it got to about the highs in the high 80s today and yesterday. So it's with the cool weather may be gone. It'll probably revert to, we always get a drop down in April, almost back to freezing, if below freezing. So it looks like it'll cool off a little bit in these upcoming week or two. So as you can see, those are some peas down there. They probably won't do too hot, honestly. No pun intended. Just since the weather is going to probably be warming up quite soon. I think I did some lettuce, beets. Trying to remember what else. I did some carrots in another section. That's all I can remember off the top of my head. I think there was maybe one other thing, but I can't remember what it was right now. But hopefully they'll do good. Oh, it's gonna come to me. I can see the seeds down there. Onions, that's it. This peach tree's looking good. Just got some new shoots starting to come out. They're pretty well. The frogs in the food forest are really just starting to go crazy. Now, this isn't much of a water at all. It's only, about an inch or two deep, maybe like 3 or 4 inches deep right in that section. So not much at all, but the frogs have just been loving it, and hopefully come in and making more little froggies. And I've just been able to hear them back here like crazy, and it's just been really cool. And hopefully they'll help keep down the bug population to just a normal, manageable level. And hopefully the beneficial bugs will just surge back here with just letting it grow as a natural, pretty much, growth, any unused growing areas. So we'll see how that turns out. Got a few peaches on this tree, if I'm remembering right. Yeah, there's a few right there that are starting to show. There's quite a few up top that are hard to see. There's some up there. Seedling peach trees looking really good. It's got some really good growth coming out on it. Looking really healthy. I'm really excited to see what these peaches will be like. I'm pretty sure we'll definitely have some next year with the way it's growing. So that's really exciting. Oh wow, yes! This one's got some cherry flowers too. Woohoo! First cherry flowers on this tree. Looking really good. And I'm sure there'll be, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be some more right here. Those all, yep, I can see some white. Sorry, I can't really see what I'm filming, so I hope I'm getting this. It's up above my head, so I'm doing the best I can with that. But hopefully you can see there's a bunch of flower clusters right there, actually. So that's really exciting. If you remember last week, the cherry over here has put up its first flowers this year, so both of these are flowering for the first time this year. This tree is quite taller. It's probably, I'd say maybe even 13 feet maybe high. That one's probably you know, they're pretty close. That one's probably like 10 or 11 feet. So finally starting to get some cherries this year, hopefully. They should, now that both are blooming, the pollinators have just been going crazy back here, so I don't foresee any pollination issues, so I bet they will be pollinated, hopefully, if something will just find the few flowers. And once those other clusters open up, hopefully that'll make them more appealing to the pollinators. Oh, I need to move this apple tree. I'm gonna do that today. I think I've moved. This week I was able to catch up on some things. I meant to say how long I've spent at the beginning of these videos each week, but I keep forgetting to do that, so I need to get in the habit of that. I think I've spent about probably 12 hours in the food forest this week. Mainly everything, all that time was spent, as we'll see, and then you'll see in the next videos, I put in dug the outline of 4 new pools back there, and put the dirt around the trees to create some mounds, more well-draining soil. And I moved the service berries. They're up against one of the apple trees now, kind of similar to how the blueberries are on some of the trees. And that was pretty much, I think I moved 1 or 2 other little smaller things out of the way. So I need to move this last apple tree. It's just starting to bloom out, so I can probably still move it, because you remember, this whole area will be converted to I'm standing on it will be a future pool, probably one of the biggest pools right here in this area of the food forest. I'm still trying to decide if I want it that big or not, but always have the option to change the outline. But that's really exciting, so I'm trying to move that today, actually. Get everything moved. Some nice cherry blossoms. Looking really good. Have a lot more blossoms coming out. There's some up a little bit higher up there. Speaking of pollinating, there's a wasp right there on it that maybe can help out with that, so that'd be nice. Love to get just a handful of cherries off here. Mainly to just to test the variety. Tree should be plenty big to produce a few without hurting its growth or anything. And so I'd like to just to see if it's the variety that it should be, and also these are both sweet cherries supposedly, and so hopefully they will, and I like to plant the seeds from them too, because I've had some other cherries that haven't made it, and these have done quite well compared to the other ones. So I'd really love to see the offspring of the two and see how they turn out. So that'd be really cool. Pawpaw trees looking really good, just covered with blooms or flowers. It's neat how they hang down, kind of like a bell. Turn that pretty red color from the light green. Looking really good. Here's the little pawpaw that I found. So that's nice. It's starting to put out a few leaves. Looking healthy. The service berries are moved. I think that was probably the hole. I need to put some dirt in there. And that one right there, they're both gone. So they're moved over to a happy new home, over to the beside some apple trees. So I think they'll like that new spot. Hopefully they'll put on a lot more growth than kind of being over here in this more shaded area. So we'll see how they do. And we'll check out some of the other stuff in the next rows in the next video. Hope I'll see you guys over there soon. Bye guys.